See, I was about to record the video, but then this dude here pops up on the screen. You know, dude, I really try and be chill. I really do try and be chill with Marvel Puzzle Quest. But no, I can't be chill because there are goobers like this guy here who hop in and interrupt my videos before I record them. And he thinks that he's the great poobah, the grand poobah, the great messiah of Marvel Puzzle Quest. And no. So dude, literally have fun facing off this team here. And all the damage that you are going to receive from all the nastiness that my team does. Oh, that's cute. That really is cute. I'm gonna put out special tiles on the board. No. Bye, Medusa. No, literally, bye. I don't care what alliance you're with, dude. Just no. And then this guy here, you also interrupt my time to stream. So you know what? You get dealt the business too. That's just so I can set up Michael Morbius. Cool. Uh-huh. Now, this is how I respond to people who interrupt me in the middle of videos. Sorry that I was very quiet, y'all, but I think I'm gonna have to make some examples on people whenever I'm recording. We're back game. We're doing Venom. I had to take a little detour to PvP land before I recorded. We're gonna take on the Twin Hammers of Null node. And we'll go from there. Hopefully no more interruptions from people while we were recording. If there are, well, they just get Mr. Mean Me. I don't like me. I really don't. But sometimes you gotta teach people a few lessons about interrupting while recording. Now, Brooklyn Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. This team here, the mutation and the horror will both feed green to Venom. We know the mutation also creates strike tiles on the board. If those strike tiles are matched away in Venoms on the board, then we get projectiles and then damage is dealt to us. And then if Horror's countdown tile reaches 0, it makes it so those projectiles that we have on the board go away. But if we do everything right, we will not have any issues. Let me see. Thanos is 6. Yeah, we'll go with the red. That's a little bit stronger. Now we'll take the 6. Make the black match because I know that's Thanos' strongest color. Make another black match. Get more courting of death. Alright, the Twin Hammers of Noel. The infamously ridiculous node that hosts Beta Ray Bill, Carnage, and Thor. Beta Ray Bill, his green power, Scuttlebutt, fires some random number of shots into the enemy team. His yellow power, defender of, what is it, 2 realms? Definitely not going to edit. Defender of 2 people. Whatever. Defender of 2 people. At the start of the turn, at the start of the battle, it creates 4 projectiles, and since it's at level 5, it's going to just increase the strength of the projectiles. And then when each friendly projectile is destroyed, Beta Ray Bill generates 1 green, 1 blue AP. Clash of the Worthy, since that's at 4, is going to create a 3-turn blue fortified countdown tile, and then whenever Beta Ray Bill or his allies take damage, it creates 1 projectile on the board. And if there's multiple, if Beta Ray Bill takes multiple hits of damage, then multiple hits of Clash of the Worthy will activate, and then all those countdown tiles will interact on the board. Carnage, since he's the featured character in the Welcome Shield event, I don't have to talk much about him. The main thing we're gonna have to worry about is this null and void auto match. Anytime that there's at least 4 special tiles on our side of the board, they'll make a match, and with Carnage's match damage, that gets to be a tad bit ridiculous. And then finally, 3-star Thor, his powers are the powers that we kind of want to have the least activation, well, the least times to activate, but we would prefer Thor's red to activate than Call of the Storm or Scuttlebutt or even Carnage's green. Carnage's green is is preferable, but Call the Storm and Scuttlebutt are the two that we do not want to see. Mjolnir's Might does damage, creates 3 yellow, converts 3 random tiles into yellow tiles. Thunderstrike does damage, converts 9 basic tiles into green tiles, and then Call the Storm. Thor drops the hammer on folks. He does a significant amount of damage to the target, and then the team is dealt some set amount of damage. As it's nastiness all around. Since Colossus is boosted, I would roll with him, Scarlet Witch, and why not Null. The main thing we want to do, we want to get old Carnage out of here. Because the longer these attack tiles remain on the board, the more damage it does to us. And things get out of hand very, very quickly. The other thing we want to do, we definitely want to deny blue for Beta Ray Bill. Blood Feud is fine. I'd rather deal with Blood Feud than Mjolnir's Might. We'll neutralize this projectile here. Because again, I don't want Bill to get blue. Well, he's gonna get blue anyways. I kind of wanted to leave that that countdown tile on the board because it would have gave us a random stun. Now we focus on Beta Ray Bill. Let's move our Mystic Countdown repeater tile for Mystic. Oh my goodness. Mystic Feedback, there it is. Yeah, I want to move that purple out of the way so we don't accidentally get into a random cascade and it gets hit. Purification. And now since we have at least some number of special tiles on the board, at least this should prevent Thor from getting too much green. Oh, spoke too soon. Thor, go ahead and drop the hammer on us, and this is determination. I'll deny red. Thank you, Thor, for getting my mystical feedback tile out of the way, out of harm's way anyways. Now we'll probably come back and use this team again for the third time. I'll fill them up. For the second time, I'll break out the Beta Ray, Polaris, and Thanos team, but We really can't use Thanos. We gotta use Juggernaut in this situation. Remember, boost your blue up as much as you can. And thanks to the bug in the game that hasn't been fixed, anytime that we have special tiles on the board, Carnage will make an auto match at the start of the battle, so that helps us out a bit. Next thing we want to do, Carnage, you gotta get stunned, my man. Next up, we're gonna drop this Clash of the Worthy out. As long as we have those enemy attack tiles on the board, or they deal us any sort of damage, we will be able to somewhat keep the projectiles on the board so we can get our engine running. And here we go. Not enough just yet. Just one or two more matches and I think we will be good to go. So let me stun Carnage one more time. And now we're good. It was those pesky striking attack tiles that we had to deal with. So let's start off with Thor. If we don't have enough juice, we still have a couple stuns to make sure that Carnage and Thor and Bill don't do what they do best, and that drop hammers on us. Now I gotta get rid of this last projectile so we can get max damage. Power of Scuttlebutt twice. And there it goes. Make sure we get to 30 AP. Fire of Scuttlebutt twice. Fire of Survival of the Fittest, because why not? Drop some hammers to speed things up a little bit more. There goes Thor. But again, the main thing is you want to get Carnage stunned, or you want to get your engine running as soon as possible. Now you're probably wondering, okay, well, what happens on the third time when you do this here? Can you actually beat them a third time with this particular team? Yeah, I can, and we'll do it. I really wanted to use the boosted Colossus, but I gotta take a look at the match damage numbers for Battery Bill, Carnage, and Thor when we get into the fight. I healed them up. Again, I want to boost blue and purple, and then boost all to AP, and then bring in just a random team up that I don't really care about neutralization. Now, I want to look at their match damage and see how disgusting it is. There we go. Iron Proficiency, you are stunned. Now, match damage. Yikes. That's disgusting. That's manageable That's disgusting. The reason why I say Carnage is disgusting is remember, he makes an auto match. Get these projectiles matched away. I had to go with the strike top. Well, okay, I didn't see the blue. Thank you, game. We'll make the match going this way. I don't like leaving Polaris exposed. We'll see if this is enough to get the engine running. I don't see why it wouldn't be. Again, if it's not enough, we do have enough to stun. This is going to be a slow and steady process, just a little bit. And we got it running. Bill had to take just a little bit of damage, and so did Polaris. But again, as long as we got Carnage stunned, we were a-okay. Because he's the menace to this node. Now once we get rid of Carnage this turn, either with Scuttlebutt or Unstoppable Crash, or because of the effects of Polaris, we'll go ahead and stun Thor and Beta Ray Bill. Drop some more Unstoppable Crashes in here. There we go. Make sure I got enough. Drop some Scuttlebutts twice. Some Clashes of the Worthy. Now I think that the Colossus team that I originally started off with, I know for a fact that they probably could get it done, since they reduced the amount of match damage that Carnage and Bill do. What I'll do is, whenever the video is over, I will test it out and see. I was actually trying to use Juggernaut's headbutt to finish off the node. That's why I was very hesitant there. Oh, whoops, wrong one. It's this one. Venom, Dr. Octopus, and Sandman. Lore-wise, they're all members at some point in some form or fashion, members of the Sinister Six. Like, we've seen Carnage, we've seen Doc Ock, so we don't really need to repeat their powers that much. But Sandman, he's someone new. Sandman is a green, purple, and yellow user. His green power, Sand Smash. It stuns the target and deals team damage to the entire team. His yellow power, I think, is called Shifting Sands. But what it does, it creates yellow basic tiles. Then it shuffles the board or it shuffles the board and then creates the yellow basic tiles. Either way, whatever explanation that I gave, either the first one or the second one, that's what the power does. And then if you have any cascades or there are any applicable matches, the game will make the matches as need be. And I think that cost 9 AP. I think. Let me double check and see. Because in like the last video, trying to recite some of these powers here from memory, it's good and it's bad because some abilities you don't necessarily run into that often. Then there's others that when you need to use them in puzzle events, or if a person is a required character, you're like, oh, okay, now I remember. Okay, it was 8 AP. But yes, it swaps some number of random non-yellow basic tiles and then converting some number of them to yellow. Since it's another level 1, it'll swap 6 and it'll convert 3 of them to yellow. And then Sand Smash is 10 yellow. Sandman will create some number of projectiles, and if there are more than 7 projectiles, then you remove them and then you deal damage to the target. So the idea is Venom is going to create projectiles based off of Dr. Octopus, matching away any special tiles that we might have on the board. Green from either Sandman or Doc Ock will activate projectiles from Venom. Then of course Venom's give and take, that'll increase his match damage as well. And then Doc Ock board shake. So since we got Colossus, we really don't have to worry about any quote-unquote special tiles unless I bring in a special tile user, which I'm not. I would bring in the Professor, but because of the support that I have, I don't want to risk that. I don't want to bring in Gambit because he'll bring in special tiles. No, I really don't want to bring in Thor, even though he'll get us to 50%. I'll go with Onslaught. I'll go with Onslaught, and I'll go with Mockingbird. Now, Mockingbird, she will create special tiles on the board, but hopefully with the match damage that we do with Colossus, we won't have to be in that situation. And I just realized, yeah, old Onslaught does make special tiles too with astral projection, but we're probably not going to be firing off that power, if at all. Maybe in a situation when, you know, an enemy is. If it's a 1-on-1 situation or 3-on-1 situation here, yeah, sure. Psychic Blast will turn green to blue. We'll go this way. Gonna match 4. And boom. I guess now I can bring in Thor, since I realize now that the match damage that Colossus is doing is ridiculous. And again, I don't really care about about wasting my +2 to all. I can get plenty of those there in the taco vaults, or I should say the spicy taco vaults. There we go. Having brain freezes right about now. Got this purification. That would be funny, putting old Thanos up in front. Then when we got an even better tank on the team. Drop this as Guardian Tactics. Then we'll go ahead and we'll drop the Black Power Purification. Get the match 4 at the top, and then Colossus will come back and continue his tanks. Let me neutralize this green real quick. Drop a God of Thunder. We'll do an infinite power because we know he's gonna want to create some projectiles after the lethal protector, and we're not gonna let that happen. Now, hopefully we can get Thor down to 50% by the time we get to the last set of nodes that feature Carnage and Venom, and I think it's the Demolisher. I think it's the Demolisher, but I know for sure it's Venom and Carnage. We get to that node there with Thor 50%. I got a team that I always use on that particular node to complete that challenge. And it works whether or not the particular character is boosted or not. So that should give you guys somewhat of a hint as to who I'm using. As per usual, gotta get the YouTube plug out the way. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Okay, leave a comment. Like, if the content's good, the comment's bad, hey, still leave a comment. Comments are always good for the YouTube algorithm. Drop this purification. So that's what we call a little bit of danger close. We'll let Thor drop his Guardian Tactics, and then of course infinite power, because again, don't want him to create them projectiles so he can do what he does best, which is creating a little bit of confusion, so to speak. Uga Bowser, man, you interrupted the festivities, dude. You definitely get taught a lesson, dude. Here's Scarlet Witch, and here's Apocalypse. This is the team that I pretty much run with in PvP, at least in the simulator. So now you guys get to see a behind the scenes look as to how I torment people in PvP. Now, the idea with this team here, you want to get Apocalypse's yellow, which is shared strength. You want as much yellow out on the board as possible to get that, and that's what we're using Wanda's Welcome to My Reality for. So now all these team up tiles will go yellow. Now you're probably saying to yourself, well, aren't you gonna give Okoye yellow? Yeah. Yes, it gives her yellow, but we can get rid of those yellow tiles quickly before, you know, she stays on the board. And then next, we're gonna fire Shared Strength. We'll make this cascade here. And now all this damage here will be reflected back to him thanks to mystical feedback and the strength of those repeater tiles from Apocalypse. I know it was only worth 9 points, but still, again, Uga Bowser, please don't interrupt our festivities. The people wanna learn a thing or two about playing Marvel Puzzle Quest, at least in PvE. Madness. For this challenge here, we have Moonstone as an opponent. We'll see her a few more times today. We're definitely going to see her in the hard 1 node. So this node here, horror will guys, I was about to explain about Polaris. I mean, not Polaris, but I was about to explain how Mantis would feed into another person. I can't have these people here interrupting me while I am PvPing down. And we're gonna have whales, just in case things don't go the way that I want them to. So ideally, what you want to do is you want to focus on Colossus first to get rid of the messiness of these repeater tiles. When you're facing off against a Miramax team. Now I don't know what color Wanda is going to put on her Chaos Magic, or I should say Welcome to My Reality. I'm going to look now. Oh, they also putting yellow. Now it's completely random to what colors the AI will put them on, but it's always good to know and to be aware of what they're doing. Now, the next thing you want to do, you want to make sure you have enough AP for Colossus's blue ability neutralization. You fire that off, get rid of Wanda's repeater tile, and then drop Survival of the Fittest on there. You always want to get rid of Wanda's repeater tile. Always, always, always. Now, while your repeater tile is on the board, you're consistently getting a healthy amount of match damage on the board. I'll go this way. Now, Wanda will probably be close to being downed in a turn or two. I don't want to fire off Forge and Fire just yet, because I want to make sure that Wanda is completely gone. Now we'll do Shared Strength again. I kind of wanted it to stagger. But that is how you handle a mirrored Wanda, Colossus, and Apocalypse team. Again, I don't know why I'm having these brain farts. Okay, back to the Madness node. Before we were rudely interrupted, Horror will feed Moonstone her red ability. Moonstone's purple. Since it's at level 5, it will move any special tile on the board to a random spot. If there are no special tiles on the board, then it will destroy the selected location for the tile, and then damage is done to you. Her red is her air quote nuke. It costs 11 red AP, and it does damage for the amount of red tiles on the board, basic red tiles in fact. And then her black ability, which will convert an attack or protect tile from friendly to enemy, or well, friendly to enemy in their case, and it doesn't do any damage. Well, any increases in the damage, I should say. So ideally, Moonstone will get enough black to convert Venom's projectiles to make those into projectiles for them, and then whatever will happen will happen. I want to bring in Thor in this fight here, and it doesn't really matter who's a third, as long as I don't put Thanos in there. I'll bring in Hulkbuster because why not? Just continue to make as many matches as we can. I'll do Hulk Proof to convert some number of reds, and then we'll Repulsor Punch. I know it wasn't going to be enough to down Moonstone, but again, we just want Thor at 50% health. That's all we want. And I got my wish. Whoops. Let's see. Yeah, I think I don't have much of a choice, so I'll go there. We'll match the green. We'll set up a match 5 upcoming for the next turn, and then I'll go ahead and use Repulsor Punch from Iron Man to knock out the horror. The horror! The horror! No, I must have accidentally the click that node. Yeah, that's exactly what I did. Now I'll bring in Gambit. Since he's boosted, and then go back old school, get his purple, make sure I make enough matches for purple, then eventually use his red and eventually his purple. Fire off aces and eights. Now we got enough for Raging Cajun, and we'll do just that. Match those charge tiles because we know charge tiles give us a little bit of extra damage, and that's actually a good swap there, computer. You're gonna match 5 going here. Be able to fire off aces and eights again after this cascade concludes. And that was a good cascade there, Thor. Won't even lie there. Not gonna call it the mother of all cascades, but it's a fairly solid cascade. Oh man, I wish at level 5 though, with Gambit's ability, I wish it was a fortified repeater tile instead of just a normal repeater tile. I guess to give him a little bit more viability, or even just to make sure that he's somewhat reliable, I guess. Fire off all those aces and eights. Get the dead man's hand. Make sure I keep that repeater tile away from the computer. Alright, even more charge for Mantis. And now, another one of the more annoying nodes with Mutation, Doc Ock, and Demolisher, since we know that Demolisher and Mutation both feed Dr. Octopus his green abilities, we want to try and get rid of Dr. Octopus as fast as possible. So again, you bring in your team that can get rid of people as fast as possible. Now, no, I were to bring in 5-star Thanos, that would definitely expedite things quite a bit. Simply because the Mutation has that low of health. And I'll Purificate next turn. Let's see. Guy, please don't. So you interrupted me again. This is the same dude that I fought against beforehand. Wow, dude, wow. it's a Hyos or whatever your name is, you will be shamed on this YouTube channel for interrupting me during our festivities of trying to help people more competently play Marvel Puzzle Quest. I know I could probably just stop and fight him at the end of our session, but I kind of want people to see some of the absolute nonsense that I have to go and subject myself towards. And that was a smart play there to get rid of one of my repeater tiles. Well, not my main repeater tile. Trying to make sure we get some good cascades. Now we got a good cascade. Now I gotta try and get enough red so I can fire off Survival of the Fittest on my turn. Neutralize that repeater. I know we'll drop Force and Fire not once, but twice. Seriously, dude. When I put this video up on YouTube, after I'm done recording and editing, you will be shamed. Anyway, we talked about this node here. You know, like I said, blitz. Just again, repeating and reiterating what you just need to do. Just blitz, 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 blitz. Because the longer the mutation and the longer that Doc Ock are out on the board, or just actively making your life miserable, at least in these nodes here, the more likely it is that they'll be able to get Doc Ock's Armed and Dangerous off and cause you a little bit more of a headache. Before I do Righteous Uppercut, let me do Purification. Okay, that'll work too. I'm gonna use Righteous Uppercut and after Purification, but then I forgot. Yeah, Colossus is super boosted. Making sure I don't have any. Well, it's got to fire off Colossus Black. Fire that, and now we'll fire off Luke Cage's Righteous Uppercut. Yes, I'm aware my team ups are full, but whoops. Whoops. Alright. Now again, your easy nodes. Again, bring in your characters that you don't care about. And just, again, blitz them as quick as possible. Ideally, yes, you would want to make the match 4 if it caused enough damage to the enemy team. If not, you know, well, actually, y'all don't know, but ideally, you just, again, just want to blitz it as fast as you can. If the match 4 makes a better match than the match 3, go for it. If not, just, you know, find a reasonable match and go from there. I gotta get rid of these purification, well, neutralization tiles from Apocalypse. Colossus. And I think Daredevil will probably be the man to do that if I can get some team ups. Alright, back on the scene. This node here is the other node that I mentioned before we were rudely interrupted that Moonstone was going to appear in. Again, Mutation's going to feed Bullseye his green and Moonstone her red. If we make purple matches with Bullseye's repeater tile, projectile on the board, Mutation's gonna deal us damage. And again, for that node there, again, you want to blitz the Mutation first. Yeah, I'll roll with Null. Now, blitz the Mutation, make sure that it doesn't even get a chance to even drop any of his special tiles on the board, or if you happen to match away any of those tiles that belong to Bullseye, that also helps. Now I gotta come up with a good support for Null to where I can take advantage of the fact that he wants special tiles on the board, but I don't have one just yet. I have to continue to look and see, try and find one. This node here is similar to the one that we faced off against last night. Demolisher and Carrier will feed. Venom is green. Make sure you don't have any special tiles on the board, otherwise Venom's green will get amped up. But they reduce the damage that his green does. And I just, you know, broke my own rule. Hey, don't bring any special tiles on the board. But hey, I got a boosted Colossus, and we're just gonna blitz the board. I really want to keep the strike tile on the board as long as I possibly can. Oh, God of Thunder. Again, I had the choice of either Purification or God of Thunder. Either way, it works. Now, back in Red and Black, this is the node that I was telling you about, that I had a team especially for this node. This node used to be a lot ridiculous. As you can see, Carnage doesn't have his red. In previous versions of Venom Bomb in the past, Carnage would have Demolisher feed his red, and every other turn we would get Symbiotic Scythe, because for some reason Carnage would have more red tiles on the board. Again, that just might be confirmation bias. However, Demolisher does feed Carnage green and Venom's green, and ideally you want to get Carnage off the board quickly because his attack tiles on that are created from black, they also activate Venom's yellow. Now, I always use Daredevil here, even though he's super boosted. I always would use Daredevil. I would use Apocalypse, but well, this was before Apocalypse was a character. So what I would always use, I would use Medusa, and then just use I wouldn't use any other special boost. Like I'm maybe boost yellow, boost purple, whatever color I needed boosting. And then like I said, I would always target Carnage first. Get him off the board as quick as humanly possible. Or if I needed to match enough purple on the board, I could do that as well. And now, I know I turned Thor's auto generation off, but this is one way to help and save your health packs if you need to, you need to save them. Because each time they make a match, you're either going to gain AP or you're going to gain health. Now on higher levels, this is going to help out especially well. Because once Thor and so once these special tiles are going off the board, and I don't have to worry about whether or not Thor is going to be at 50% health or not, I could do things like this here. Turn Venom off for 2 turns. Again, get some quick heals in if need be. If not, just continue to flood the board with damage. Now Thor's probably going to be in front, about to take all this here, but again, he's at temporary healing status. So any of the damage that he's going to take is going to put him back down to true heal status. Or temp heal status. There we go. So now that's how you juggle the whole Thor. Is he at 50% health? Is he not at 50% health? What do you do to get him at 50% health, etc. Sonar Strike with Guardian Tactics. There you go. That was a combination that I used extensively, either in PvP or PvE, or any other events where we had to deal with Carnage and him having to put out special tiles on the board. Again, want to get rid of his special tiles so we can get AP if they match ours. Thor will still be at 50% health. Say even after this match here and the subsequent attack tiles that appear on the board. Now we don't need Thor to do any tanking anymore. Now we can turn Carnage off. Probably should have focused on the Demolisher, but again, Carnage is the one. We gotta get out of here quickly. Got to. We'll drop the God of Thunder, then we'll drop some Asgardian Tactics. And then hopefully we can just maintain these cascades, get these match 5s, drop off another God of Thunder. I'll match it this way because again I want to keep some of those attack tiles on the board to keep the damage and pressure up. Now again, set. We were this close, y'all. This close. And you know what? This dude here, he's been annoying too. So you know what I do to his team to counteract him? I bring in Wanda. I bring in Phoenix 5 Colossus. And I bring in Michael Morbius. And usually what I do is I boost purple. I just need to boost it up to 1 level. And the main thing you always want to do is you want to get rid of Polaris first. Can't have any special tiles on the board to use her powers. And you know, she's gone quickly. Now when Beta Ray Bill, when he gets ready to activate his blue power, there's going to be retaliatory damage done by Wanda with mystical feedback. Now, if this black wasn't in a matchable position, what I would have done, I would have fired off Hematology from Morbius, which would have got rid of the Protect tile and got rid of the Clash of the Worthy tile. Again, I want to wait just a few more turns. I want to make sure that I can get Kitty at a low enough level to where I don't accidentally give her any good tiles to strengthen. And now that we do, we'll drop the Purification twice. Then we'll drop Debilitating Hex on Beta Rebuild. So now he doesn't do anything that I don't want him to do. And then I'll choose purple to keep more purple prevalent on the board, so I can get so I can get Morbius to use his power. I'm aware that I could have matched the red to get rid of those strike tiles and do more damage with Feeding Frenzy. Here it doesn't really matter, dude. Again, easy peasy, easy peasy. Alright, now I hope there are no more interruptions, because we gotta finish these nodes here off. Now, since these two here are boosted along with our boy Thor at 50%, well at 50%, we can actually power through the rest of these nodes here without much of a fuss. I think I'll get rid of the heavy hitter. Yeah, because it doesn't do too much. Now again, if Colossus wasn't boosted, he still would be good for this node, mainly for the neutralization with his blue ability, and also the preservation, which will reduce the amount of mass damage that we take. You can also bring in 4-star Morbius as well to get rid of all these different attack tiles on the board. Here, I'm going to drop this hand-to-hand down on the board, and then hopefully the AI will hit it with Symbiotic Fury. If it doesn't, like it didn't in this example, we still get multiple turns of making attack tile damage on the board. I can leave the projectile on the board from Venom, but the next person I think that's gonna go bye-bye, or that I'm gonna attack, I'm gonna attack the Demolisher. I'll drop God of Thunder and Asgardian Tactics. And I think I'm gonna keep Colossus out in front, but I don't have a good black match. or actually I could have just matched yellow. Yeah, that's the only way you're really getting through the defense of this team here, is just mainly because of the attack tile. Now, if you had characters that made pretty meaty projectiles like 4-star Luke Cage, by all means. Go strongest to weakest, and then have the medium color to cap it off. Got more Venom Bomb tokens, which I probably definitely don't need to pull from, because I actually hit the best thing that I could hit from out of there, which was another 4-star. Much as I want to take this black match here, that leaves some of the match 5. Also, no, neutralization wouldn't have did enough. Match it this way. Now that'll be enough. Doesn't matter which one we get rid of. I'm just going for the green tile. I can go for the red tile. Went and got rid of the strike tile. Alright, that's all 3 of those. Then back on the scene. Ideally, again, you want to get rid of the mutation first. Another character you definitely could use for this particular day, you could also use some form of Carnage, specifically the 5-star Carnage or the 4-star Carnage. You could use Medusa and also Mr. Fantastic, so that way you have more than enough healing if need be. Carol, no, we don't need to talk sense into Venom. You just let Venom do whatever Venom wants to do. Okay, I already see a match. We'll go there. I'll drop this neutralization so I can increase our damage just a tad bit. Because projectiles are annoying. Alright, and then these last 3 nodes here. Final old Thanos. Make one match and just destroy all the things. Thinking too hard about whatever match I was trying to make. I'll be honest with you there. Hey, Luke Cage, I'm not new. I've been playing this game for almost 8 years. Oh, you changed your mind. Okay. Then the one thing people are probably wondering is like, oh man, so why aren't you going through the comic panels? I went through the comic panels once when this event was ran on Thanksgiving. That was the very first time that Venom Bomb was introduced. And I thought it was actually pretty cool, but you know, Turkey Day. Like, I was kind of upset that oh man, I'm gonna miss out on a brand new event. But then the next time when it came through, I'm like, okay, this is actually a somewhat inspiring and B somewhat, I guess, entertaining. We'll go with entertaining. Alright, so that's Brooklyn Bridge, day 3. Again, easy nodes, Thanos, and whoever your strongest characters are. For these nodes here, you could bring in some form of Doctor Strange, the 3-star Doctor Strange specifically, Flames of the Fall team, all these guys here, whenever they fire off their powers. For this node here, especially, bring in anybody that has some form of healing, Medusa, off of enemy or friendly special tiles. Well, in enemy special tiles case would be Mr. Fantastic. Again, for the 2-star Storm node, you know, hey, 2-star Storm and whoever else is your best characters. These nodes here, again, get your best characters if they're boosted and wipe them out dead. This node here can be tricky, especially if you have a not highly leveled 5-star character. Like, especially if you have Colossus in his blue or his black ability, and you have no way to resist any match damage, yeah, that's definitely gonna hurt a bit. Again, with the Blue Cage node, get rid of the mutation or Doc Ock. Get rid of them as quick as you possibly can because you do not want your team to be stunned. And then finally, with the Manus node, Since Madness can match away special tiles from Horror or from Moonstone if she converts Venom special tiles, do that there, match them away, and then use whoever your strongest characters are. And you can even use Groot and Rocket and Groot and Polaris and go to town. So tomorrow will be the last day of Venom Bomb, and then we will take a look at the preview for the next upcoming PvE event, which is a boss event. We'll run down the strategy as to how to take out Ultron, and again, you guys are classy. Again, sorry about the interruptions during the video, especially the phone call or PvP people interrupting me. So that's what we'll start doing. Like anytime I'm interrupted during these fights here, especially from people that do PvP, I'll stop what I'm doing and make an example of them so they can be YouTube famous or infamous. Until next time, I'm out. See you.